How's it going, everybody? This is Carlos, one of your hosts of the Just Fans podcast, and I'm here with the one and only Rios. How are you, Rios?
I've been holding this in for about 2 weeks, so let me get it out of the way. Fuck the Titans. The Tennessee Titans, the state of Tennessee, Nashville, Amy Adams Strunk, fuck all of them and their fan base. Feel better.
All right.
I second that.
Papi, how are you today?
Fuck the Titans, fuck the Saints, fuck LA, fuck the state of New York. Yeah, and the state of Louisiana. Fuck.
Why are y'all so angry?
Fuck you too, man.
Like y'all just got up. Like it's our fourth year. Literally, we started March 22nd, 2022. It's our fourth year, and y'all are angry. What's going on?
Well, for starters, I might get a cease and desist letter from Amy Adams for wearing our colors.
All right. Papi, you good? You
Yeah,
want to
man.
talk about it?
Yeah, man. No. I'm just matching the energy. Fuck the Titans.
Okay, so our fourth year celebrating. Dang, we've been going at it since 2022. We started off on audio, and then we kind of moved onto YouTube in the most cringiest way. Remember how we used to start the shows, Reels? Big. By the way, you started the shows cussing out these teams, and this is how we started. Now we really moved on from, well, how's the weather out there, Reels? Oh, the weather seems nice, Carlos. Oh, that was literally the start of our shows back in 2022. We were so young and so inexperienced. Still inexperienced.
You were not young.
Shut up.
Yeah, just inexperienced.
Okay, by the way, sorry. Rios was not young. Rios was 503, I believe.
Well, you weren't
What
young
were the
either.
Pharaohs like?
$4.99, you bitch.
How were the Pharaohs like? Which one was your favorite?
Definitely Ramsey's the second.
Hey, man. All right. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about is General Manager Nick Caserio cooking? What has he done? What have the Texans done to improve over last season's free agency? Fast forward to this season. What are the differences? Are the Texans addressing areas of need? Yes, Alan, 4 years.
We're as surprised as you are.
Huh? Exactly.
I'm as surprised as he is.
Yeah, we're surprised. Why? I thought Reels would cancel us in the first 3 episodes. Here we are. But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about basically the timeline since March 6th and forward, and see what the Texans have done in the last, basically at the beginning of the month until now. All this and more after our intro. Hit it.
Ride through Houston, Texas, flexing, rolling through the SWAT. Repping for the city, hear him in the parking lot. Houston written across the jersey, ain't gon' never stop. Just fans got me tuning in, waiting for the drop. Astros, Texas, Rockets, Dynamo, they coming with it. When they pull up, got the city sitting on a fitted. Straight up A-Leaf, hold it down, ain't gon' never quit it. Just fans got me tuning in, let my dogs get it. Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans.
All right. Since the start of March 6th, General Manager Nick Caserio didn't wait for the tampering window. They cut off Joe Mixon early on, and they signed a total philosophical shift in the backfield, starting with one and only David Montgomery. So, really quick, I want to talk about how do you see? No, I mean, it's obvious answer. It is an upgrade. Again, let's talk about what, like, the whole Joe Mixon situation. Odd. Like, there was no transparency there. There was more so along the lines of, well, there's injury. Nobody knows what was happening because there were so many different things being thrown out. Absolutely no transparency. So they had to get rid of Joe Mixon because there was no point. I feel like this injury is going to linger on for longer. And obviously, it's not the Texans weren't going to get what they were expecting out of Joe Mixon in the following season. So they had to do something, and they went out and got David Montgomery. So your thoughts on, is that something that you praise Nick Caserio for, or is that something that this is they could have probably gone out there and gotten somebody else besides David Montgomery? Where do you think, Rios?
First of all, is Joe Mixon still in this plane of existence? I need some proof of life at this point.
Yeah.
No, this honestly, outside of the Astros medical staff, this is the most bizarre injury situation I've seen in years. But it makes sense. They save $8 million against the cap, which they used to fund a bunch of different players. I think I like the direction they're going with being more of a power running team, because an area that struggled in last year was short distances, third one, first and goal at the one. Like, they just could not punch it in. So getting to do this, basically a battering ram at running back, a move in the right direction, and especially at the price they got him at. If you see that what the other running backs got paid, like, they got the bag, and I feel a little bit better after seeing his contract compared to the other guys, because the difference between him and the other running backs is negligible, especially for that dollar amount that some of these guys are signed for.
Yeah. Did Nick Caserio cook, in your opinion, on that move?
He most certainly did.
Good. Papi, what are your thoughts on the whole David Montgomery situation, replacing Joe Mixon in the backfield?
I think it's nothing but an upgrade. Obviously, the best ability is availability, and the fact that Joe Mixon wasn't available for a year and a half, you could have put one of us in there, and we probably would have done more than Joe Mixon has done.
No, we wouldn't.
And going
I
into
think all four for like 2 or
I
3
would have cried. My knee would have been sprained just by jogging in there. But go on.
Yeah, but you would have played one more snap than he did.
It's true. It's true.
But I think he was a fantastic addition. The whole plan was, Nick Chubb is going to hold it down till we get there,
Brandon.
till Joe Mixon gets there. But damn it. I think David Montgomery, being help with Woody Marks, Jordan. I feel like this running back core is going to be, it's on paper an upgrade as to what we had last year with the whole, and the fact that we can get that whole Joe Mixon like uncertainty situation just completely be done with it. That kind of like gives it a more positive outlook moving forward.
Yeah. So in your opinion, did Nick Caserio cook on that one?
Definitely.
Okay, so we can agree with that.
Nothing crazy. Just
say it again.
Nothing crazy. Just good business.
Just business. All right, but
a little bit of seasoning.
Yes.
Say it again.
He spread a little bit of seasoning.
Yeah, a little bit of seasoning on that one. Okay, so one of the other things that was done over the off season, around March 9th, 10th, they took care of some extensions, right? Danielle Hunter, Dalton Schultz, Ed Ingram deal went through. They re-signed Ed Ingram for $38 million, which was the first, basically the first domino effect in the O-line rebuild.
Yeah.
And then they signed, they extended Kaimi Fairbairn, obviously a much need. So during that time, they signed Danielle Hunter. They re-signed Danielle Hunter, Dalton Schultz, Ed Ingram, and Kaimi Fairbairn on that particular part. My opinion, I think that extending Danielle Hunter was definitely a must. That is a win in my book any day of the week. He has been outstanding for the Texans, has been such a great addition since he got to the Texans. Definitely a big help for Will Anderson Jr. And my goodness, this man is massive, right? That's right. They moved Jalen Reed to safety too. Wait, what do you mean they got another Reed? Yeah. And then Dalton Schultz, who actually had a pretty good season last season up until his injury in the playoffs. But I thought he was a lot more productive than the previous season. And so this is that. I think last season was the way that I wanted to see Dalton Schultz play tight end, because he stepped it up. And that's one of the things that before last season, I think us three, we were kind of wondering, hey, is Dalton Schultz going to be back up to what he wants before? And I think he did. I think he got back to that. Ed Ingram, signing him was a great it's something that was needed, because at this point it's like you need every piece of O-line that you can get. And if you saw that Ed Ingram was a foundational piece last season in, the kind of O-line that they had. One of the key pieces. This is a guy that you keep because you can't afford to lose more offensive linemen, especially one that now is going to be in a second year more familiar with this system. So that to me, that was great. Yes, it was $38 million. Of course, the one and only Kaimi Fairbairn. You had to sign him. He has come clutch for the
build a statue, man. Build a statue already.
Right outside the park.
Exactly. So I think Caserio cooked in all of those three and retaining guys that are essential for the Houston Texans. Definitely, if any of them had gone to free agency or anything like that, I think the Texans would be struggling to find. It'd be another problem added to what they've already have. So I think that was really good by Caserio. I say he cooked on that one. Papi, what do you think on that? Those signings?
I think. No, I got you on the biggest question mark that I still have is Schultz. Like even though you spoke positively about him, I feel like out of all of those guys, he is one of those guys that I'm looking to upgrade soon. And then I think they're gonna look for something in the draft. With all this O-line moves that we've been making, I'm starting to think less and less that we're gonna go like trenches in the draft. So maybe a good tight end prospect could be something that the Texans consider. I'm still happy with Schultz being in the lineup. I still think he should start, but I do want to see like us moving from him a little bit. Like obviously Kate Stover hasn't worked out. Brevin Jordan injuries, right? So I do want that second option, the tight end. But as far as everything else, I think Daniel Hunter was a 10 out of 10 must, right? I think Ed Ingram was low-key and also a must.
Yeah.
Because any positives from that O-line, you need to keep and build upon that, right? So I think right now, Nick Caserio, he cooking.
Yeah.
He cooking.
Kenyon Sadiq is one of them.
I mean, that would be an absolute dream to
that would be.
Two tight end sets every play. Hey,
so
why not?
really quick, Foster Moreau was signed from the New Orleans Saints in a 2-year to $7 million deal as well.
Fuck the Saints.
They're expecting him to serve kind of like inline and kind of like a blocking specialist.
So I don't know much about him offensively.
He's a great blocker, but he's not much of a threat.
Right. So he's still in the depth chart. He's technically still in the depth chart, but I think, like you said, he's going to be used more like as a blocker, trying to move the ball on the ground. So
heavy sets are going to have him out there as a sixth lineman most times.
Yeah. Brandon, yes, with the Ingram was the only top 10 run blocker available in free agency. That's correct. So obviously another really key pickup why the Texans needed to re-sign Ingram. I think Caserio cooked on those. What do y'all think on those signings?
No, I fully agree. Like I agree with this loser over here. No, about Schultz, like
fuck you.
I'm not super high on Schultz. He was productive last year, but I think they probably could have upgraded. But I guess we'll see. Year 2 in his Haley offense to see if he plays like he did last year, then you know what, justify extension. But if a little bit of a drop off,
yeah. I wouldn't mind if I wouldn't mind if he split reps with like a rookie. Like I have no issues with that. Like we all know Schultz is doesn't give you the most effort in the blocking sense, right?
Utilize him in the Kelsey role, basically.
Right, but then that's why you got like a guy like Foster Moreau. But then when you see him out there, it makes the offense a little bit predictable, right?
So because you see him out there, it's a running play. Exactly.
So I do want a rookie out there who he can give us something offensively, and also you don't know, like, is he there to block? Is he there to be a vertical threat? Like I do want a little bit more flexibility on the offensive side.
No need.
Oh, sorry, you were reading.
Speaking of baseball, Venezuela es campeón del mundo y me van un huevo todito. Me van un huevo América, me van un huevo Japón, me van un huevo todito. Ya saben. Anyway.
You might want to use the SAP button for that one.
Translation, please.
You may want to shut the fuck up. How about that?
Congratulations. He's basically saying Venezuela is champion in World WBC champion. Congratulations to Venezuela.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on.
Venezuela esa mierda me dan un huevo todito, ya saben.
All right.
Si algo se huevona. Si algo
What's
se
with the
huevona.
hostility today?
Si
Alan's
algo
right.
si
What's with
algo
the
se
hostility?
Si algo se huevona. No joda.
Anyway,
baseball said the hostility right now is for March Madness right now.
I'm done. I'm done, brother.
We'll start 0 games.
Oh man. All right.
How
So
much
also Brandon
How
posted.
much are we paying McCullers? Still?
McCoolers.
McCullers?
You'll tell him your story later. That was funny.
Anyway.
So it says the NFL channel is playing the Texans versus Colts week 4 game right now. Danico Autry just leveled the Texans player while wearing the Colts jersey.
Man.
Fuck the Colts too.
Wow. I mean, you're wrong. Look, Daddy.
That's fine. All right. So we talked about some of the upgrades there. So now, of course, like I mentioned, they got David Montgomery in, and they also got a new punter, Kay Kroger, also from New Orleans. So that means
get him in the HEB commercials ASAP.
Get him in the HEB commercials. Oh yeah, Kay Kroger. That's what got a Kroger in the HEB commercials, and new punter.
I mean, it makes sense.
Hopefully, we don't do a lot of that this year.
Right, but in the event, when at this point, it's like when the event, you need somebody. Yeah. You need somebody reliable, and I think Kroger has been a guy that's been reliable for New Orleans.
Yeah, Townsend wasn't rated very highly in most of the metrics for punters, and I get why they did it. This guy from the Saints was so. Yeah. When they do have to punt, hopefully, like we had said earlier, they don't do a whole lot of it this year.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I fucking hope so.
Feels like the punter is a fill-in until they draft one.
Yeah.
All right, and then in the midst of all that, there was some guys that did leave the Texans. Center Juice Scruggs, which is Rios. We need you have a picture in our intro with Juice Scruggs. We need to update that. And of course, we got another person that left from the offensive line, Titus Howard, signing a deal with Cleveland.
Yep.
That one, I think at the beginning was a little kind of confusing for us because he was just so versatile on the O-line.
Yeah.
And
when you saw the money, you're like, okay.
Then you saw what it was. I was like, oh, I see. It wasn't worth keeping him around, even though he had been pretty.
The biggest positive, I think.
Just because of his versatility, you can move him around just about anywhere. Put him at tight end too, But at the end of the day, like it was somebody that you were definitely going to miss. But that was before a few acquisitions were yet to come, right? And so at first it was confusing, but it was like, okay, they have to do this in order to get like David Montgomery and a few other set pieces that the Texans need. So while it seemed confusing at first and like, what are they doing? You need somebody on O-line. It was like, well, yep. Let's see where it is. And at that point, I think it was okay. Let's see if Caserio can cook. Let's see what they come up with. So while I was like, okay, I was a little confused, I still understood the assignment. I understood that what they needed to do, and I think Caserio cooked on that one as well. So far he's cooked up to this point. What do you guys think? Rios, what do you think on that one? Letting Juice Scruggs go, which I understand that, and then Titus Howard.
Yeah, I mean, Juice Scruggs more than likely wasn't going to make the roster.
Mm-hmm.
And with Titus, when they interviewed him after he got traded, he's like, you kind of saw it was going to happen because he said himself that they want to get younger and less expensive on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you saw what he signed with Cleveland, basically the money they were paying him, we got 2 offensive linemen for less than that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Less than what he was already making, and even more so was his extension because he's now making like, what, 21, 22 million a year?
Yeah. So, yeah, somewhere around there. And so, I mean,
I fully agree. I think it's definitely a loss, but it was a necessary loss for Titus Howard. So, and like you said,
subtraction.
Exactly, addition by subtraction, and I think with the moves that have come since, it makes perfect sense, and best of luck in Cleveland, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck Cleveland.
One guy that I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, during the whole Kaimi Fairbairn, Daniel Hunter is linebacker EJ Speed, 2 years.
Speed.
Yeah.
EJ Speed has been great in special teams and also playing the role of the linebacker just because Christian Harris What happened to Harris County?
He's now in whatever counties they have in Atlanta.
Yeah, Harris County. Like, I felt like there was such a high ceiling for Christian Harris, and then suddenly, the injury happens, and the last thing I remember from Christian Harris was that Cleveland playoff game against Joe Flacco. Like that was the last thing I remember. Truly,
2 years ago.
that's it.
It's 2 years ago, dude.
Y'all good?
You frozen?
Am I frozen? Who's frozen?
Our local Venezuelan.
Am I
Is he
frozen?
good?
I'm good. I'm
You're
good on
frozen?
my side.
Did you pay the internet bill?
I did.
Like you were literally frozen. Like your face was.
Yeah,
just,
dude, you were looking intensely at
Oh.
Rios. It was weirding me out a little bit.
No, I'm good. But am I good now? Am I good now?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're
Okay.
still blurry though, but you're all right.
You're blurry, bitch.
Thank you. Yeah, Montgomery County time right now. Yeah, but yeah, that's how it is. Like I there was such a high ceiling, and I just didn't. There was after the Cleveland game, it was just like a downward trajectory for him. It was like a roller coaster, up, and then suddenly, what
It
happened?
was like a dungeon drop after.
It was a dungeon drop at Six Flags. Yeah, what happened, man? Like, I don't know how. I just like it was somebody that a good while ago, Rios and I were like, man, they could sign this guy. This guy's going to be pretty good in the linebacking core, and then suddenly it's just this goes in a carton of milk and disappears.
And even with the addition, like with speed or whatever, I feel like linebacker is still an area
Yeah,
that we could definitely improve. You know, with Toa and Alshire, I think you still want more consistency there,
yeah,
more fear, right? Like I feel like quarterbacks often throw in the middle of the field too much because they're not afraid of those pass coverage linebackers. You know, I don't think they're.
except if you're Patrick Mahomes, he threw it right at Aziz Al-Shire.
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes a little bit.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
Patrick
Patrick-
Mahomes,
they were all over Patrick
like
Mahomes
the
now.
Kansas City Chiefs didn't have the greatest of seasons. So
No, I mean Aziz was pretty decent in pass coverage. It was Toto that was complete liability out there.
yeah. And you know what's crazy? It's still an upgrade over last season.
yeah,
Toto still had a better season. I know you mentioned that, but even though Toto still had a much better season than he did the previous, and because it was like missed tackle after missed tackle after missed tackle, and now it's like he was able to work on the missed tackles, but there were still some like coverages that he wasn't able to like cover really well, get the assignment through.
He missed one against Baker Mayfield, the most unathletic
one.
quarterback in the NFL right now.
Hey, I mean,
the 40
roll the clip.
seconds.
roll the clip. Yeah. This episode has been taken down by the NFL.
Roll the clip, and it's just like Microsoft Paint, like animation.
Right, exactly. Yeah, remember how they did the U of H logos and the A&M logos right before the basketball game?
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about on Twitter?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Rios, you know what I'm talking about? It was like some guy that drew like a little cougar with a tail and had the U of H logo on it, and then the actual account for U of H men's basketball and A&M retweeted him.
I saw somebody who was doing it for NBA teams. Is it the same guy? Maybe.
I can't remember. Possibly.
Yeah, it could have been.
All right, so some new blood that the Texans have gotten. Okay, this one's a fun one. So we all kind of had a feeling that Jimmy Ward was going to be gone. Like there was no way that they would continue with Jimmy Ward, especially with the off the field issues that was happening, and then just him.
There
just
was
not
no
being
ifs,
consistent.
ands, or buts about it. He was gone.
He was gone. So another guy that I'm looking at is that the Texans signed a 3-year deal, 24.7. Reed Blankenship from the Eagles. Okay. Safety, strong, most likely strong safety on this one. So what if you look at last season, he didn't have his best season. It was not as productive. But the previous seasons, he had a pretty productive season. One of his quotes was that he went with the Texans because he finally felt like that was a team that he felt really wanted him. Okay. So as I mentioned, his last season was not the best out of all his seasons that he had been in Philadelphia. But I mean, this is he's coming from a Vic Fangio defensive scheme, where it's more like design masking coverages as opposed to kind of like what he's used to, basically a dog, like straight down the field, And this is something that I think D'Amico Ryan's defense will be a good thing for him to transition, because this is some guy you can pair next to which I think they're going to do, pair him next to Kalen Bullock.
Yeah.
And have Kalen just take care of like the deep ball stuff, and
Mhm.
him just have him come down and just be the physical safety that they
Yeah.
need him to be.
Yeah.
You know, because that's one of the biggest things. He had a lot of coverage. His PFF grade went down so much last season because it wasn't to his strength of like being able to go one-on-one, you know, with the receiver, or being able to mask like the type of defensive schemes that Vic Fangio want him. This is more of like a guy that I can definitely see thriving in the D'Amico Ryan system, because it's all about your skill set. It's all about your strength. And I think if you're looking for a guy that's physical, this is a guy that's going to be great and pretty good in the D'Amico Ryan's system. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. I think with the Eagles, it's a lot of misdirection and trying to hide what they're doing. Here, it's cover two. We're gonna hit you in the fucking mouth and shit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I want to see what he does on this one, because when the Eagles had something, I think with the Gannon system, right before Fangio, it was almost kind of similar to D'Amico's. Very like just who here looked at D'Amico and said, "D'Amico, really? This time, Ray Blackish has been your guy."
I do believe that, kind of like you said, with Kalen Bullock as a free safety next to him.
Yeah.
I feel like that is going to give Blankenship more freedom to just do what he does. You know, see ball, get ball. Like that's what we need in that safety. You know, kind of like just a hard hitting safety, man.
Yeah.
Just go and get the tackle. Just stop the run and stop the short pass. I feel like that has been one of the most key pieces that the Texans have acquired this offseason.
Yeah, I think that's definitely somebody that they can.
Yeah, I feel like the Eagles let the guy walk, man.
I mean, that 2023 season where he had the dude had 113 tackles, 3 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, PFF grade of 73.4.
You couldn't stop the Eagles on offense, and the defense was solid as hell.
They had a top secondary, number 1 secondary in the league at that point. At that point, that's when he was thriving.
Yeah, and like you said, last year wasn't his best year, but it wasn't the Eagles.
It wasn't the scheme.
Yeah.
You know, I remember a time we had and we have him all the time, Quentin Demps, right?
Coach.
Remember when we asked him, Coach Quentin Demps, like, remember when we asked him like what was the difference between some of the systems that you had been on, even though you played the exact same 3-4 defense? And he said Wade Phillips's defensive scheme was very simple. It was very simple. It wasn't like all these and it sounded so much like we were talking about masking or defensive schemes that are just trying to hide stuff. It was very it was very simplistic, it was very simplified to where anybody could understand it.
Yeah, see quarterback, hit quarterback.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they run now. Just see quarterback, hit quarterback, see ball, take ball.
We need to get Coach Q back in there again. See how he's doing. Checking up on him. Yeah. Okay, we talked about Foster Moreau, another one, and then this one I think was one of the key pieces to it. Two of the pieces that they got. Wow, I'm drawing.
You got it.
Not Taylor, but the other guy, Smith, right?
Braden Smith, yeah.
Yeah, Braden Smith from the Colts. Before we go into that, what are you guys thinking of Braden Smith off of the Colts?
He's had injury concerns from what I've been seeing from some of the Colts fans, but when he's healthy, he's just one of the more solid tackles in the game. He's also kind of like Titus, versatile, can play guard. But when they signed him, I think they probably told him, "Hey, you're going to play right tackle. Leave him there."
Yeah, Papi.
We got a big white boy in my old line. I'm happy. We are so back.
Not just one. Two.
Yeah,
we got 2 now.
Yeah.
We got a white guy in the secondary. What's going on?
Diversity. No, but in the old line is where it matters. That's where they make a difference. That's what they earn their paycheck. Wow. I feel like Brandon Smith.
They also got Trent Brown back.
Signing. I feel like it's a stellar.
Yeah, they also got Trent Brown back again. So that's another signing that he was very effective last season as well.
Oh, Trent Brown for sure.
Rios?
He was a great swing tackle for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm done.
The exciting whites.
Let's go.
I wonder if that's going to be the nickname for the Texans. For a few of the Texans players.
I think it's great. I think this whole like revamped O line.
Yeah.
Again, on paper, hopefully, knock on wood, injuries stay away from these guys.
Yeah.
We can see like exactly what the O line, like the plan is, and I want to see this in action, dude. Like Brown, Teller, Smith, all of these guys. Ed Ingram, right? I don't know if Ed Ingram. I don't know if you're playing right guard, left guard.
Right guard.
Right guard, yeah.
I just want to see how this lineup plays in comparison to last year.
Yeah,
It's gonna be miles ahead. It's gonna be miles ahead.
Yeah, and Popovich did it like that with the people that they signed. I mean, let's be honest. Yes, was the O-line the greatest? Absolutely not. But Popovich, with what he did last season, I think with who he had. Because remember, they didn't focus too much during the offseason to go and get guys intentionally for the O-line. They really didn't.
They were just gonna run it with what they had.
Yeah, it was like running with what we had, with what they had, and then now this offseason they've been stacking up on the O-line, and finally, like you mentioned, Wyatt Teller from the Cleveland Browns, like that guy was one of the reasons we were looking for, and it was like, this is what they need. This is definitely what they need. This is the start of something. And then guess what? You took care of this on free agency. You still got your draft picks.
Yeah.
You still got the draft picks coming up. So you can literally surround. To sum it all up, I think they've done as best of a job as they can, as they could have done with what they had, restructuring guys' contracts. There was a lot of guys that restructured contracts. And then I think they were definitely aggressive in getting some O-line help to protect the quarterback.
And none of these moves, like you said, thanks to keeping the draft capital, none of these moves prevent us from still getting another tackle,
exactly,
another guard, right, another tight end, like all of these things that we've done.
A running back,
right? A running back. All of these things, all of the things that we've done doesn't mean like, oh, now we can go ahead and do this in the draft. We can do whatever we want in the draft. Yeah, we want to trade up for guys. We want to trade down for guys. We can do whatever we want, and that's where Caserio like does his best work.
Yeah,
I mean, basically now they'll be drafting best player available instead of having to draft for need. I mean, the only hole on the line is going to be the center position. I'm not a big Jake Andrews guy.
No.
He steps it up year 2, but I am fairly positive our first pick is going to be a center.
A center?
You don't want to play Tank Dell at center?
I think at 28, that's the thing. Like, who do the Texans go after if they're available? If he's available, do the Texans go and get? There's so many at this point at 28. Who do the Texans get? Like, you got Caden Proctor. Would he be there at 28 from Alabama? Caden Proctor. If not, do you go for Prignon and for Oregon? Like, those are two key.
I believe
players.
A lot of teams are in need of O-line.
Yeah.
So now Rios froze for me. Oh, there he is. A lot of teams are in need of O-line. So I don't know if a lot of those guys will be available at 28. But it doesn't have to be a first rounder type of guy. Like, we have a starting core, right? Even though we're not the biggest fans of Jake Andrews, right? With all these other pieces around him, maybe we can hide his flaws a little bit, and then you get
the middle of the line. It's kind of hard.
But if you don't have to spend like your first round pick on a center, right? You can maybe try to find something else a little later down the draft.
So the next area of need for the Texans would probably be in the defensive tackle, because you lost guys like Danico Autry. You lost Tim Settle. Yeah, those were guys that were pretty foundational for that, stopping the run, making sure that the court, helping out your secondary. Like the Texans front seven last season was a huge reason why the secondary was as cold as it was. The guys in the front are a big reason for that. For the reason why you had so many turnovers. You had so many things. You had so many pressures on quarterbacks because of those guys, and so you lost a couple of them. You lost to Nico Autry, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, he's still in the free agency. Is that right? Or did he sign?
I don't.
I think Danico is still free agent.
What kind of money was he looking for?
I think.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him come back because they liked him here in Houston, and we haven't signed yet. I mean, doors always open for him, I think.
Yeah, he is a free agent right now.
A free agent, yeah.
He's a key. Yeah. He is a free agent, so that's where it's at right now. So
He's
last
35?
status.
I thought he was younger than that.
Yeah. No, he's not.
I thought it was like 31, 32. He's 35. Damn.
So good point right here. If 28 and 38 are all defensive tackles, you have 4 years of cheaper DT contracts and can get replacements for Rankins and Settle and Fatukasi. That's another way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But do you think at this point, that you are okay with the O-line that you have? If that's
I think it's miles, at least on paper. I think it's
miles
better than what it was.
Right.
It could get better. It could get better, but that's not.
The only real question mark is center.
Right, but that's not the only.
Part, right?
That's not the only question mark in the team as a whole. Like we said, D tackle, linebacker core. Do you want to get another skill position out there?
I will say this though,
another quarterback.
I'm not too worried because this is a year where it's a lot of safeties and a lot of linebackers on the market. Does that make sense? So Brandon says O-line is okay. Draft the later round center and a tackle.
I'll be okay with a later round center.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Caserio be a little aggressive in the first round. Like trade up.
What do you think he
trade up for something? Like what?
He trades up like what? He trades up like 10 spots for somebody, or
I mean, the one person I would trade up for would be the tight end from Oregon, Sadiq.
Yeah. Sadiq, yeah.
If you really what is he projected at? What is he projected at?
Top 15 pick.
Top 15, yeah.
Dang, so we'll have to trade up.
Well, because he was initially projected to be like a late. He was going to be a first rounder regardless, but he was going to be like a late first rounder. That's where
got a good combine.
And after that combine, he shot up big time in the middle of the draft.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't think it would cost an arm and a leg to move up like 10 spots, but again, it depends what team they feel is going to try to, go for him, which, I mean, most teams could use the tight end like that. So it's interesting to see, what they're willing to give up to move for a guy like that. Me personally, I would. Or if a guy like Jeremiah Love, I doubt he falls out of the top 10.
No, I doubt it. Yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah.
I'm taking up the point immediately. Like, hey, what do you want?
So for Sadiq, he's 245 pounds, basically a hybrid tight end receiver kind of guy. Ran a 4.39 40-second dash, fastest for a tight end over 20 years. He
reminds me a lot of Vernon Davis.
Yeah.
Vernon Davis, same type of build, same type of speed.
51 catches, 8 touchdowns for Oregon. Often lining up in the slot or in the backfield. D'Amico Ryans could get a mismatch to take pressure off Nico Collins, but says I would love them to trade for Sonny. Okay, nice. Yeah.
Because I like to see they have 8 draft picks. You're not going to keep all those guys. I would like to see them be a little aggressive in the first round at least. We've seen Caserio be aggressive in like the later rounds, trading multiple picks and move up in the 3rd and 4th round. But let's see it in the first round.
He would have to jump from like number 28 to like somewhere in the top 15 because they're looking. He's probably going to go in the 12 or 15 spot, if anything.
That's pretty fucking aggressive.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I think we're all in agreement here that this is our make or break season for CJ, and why not give him the best
at this point, they've addressed a lot of the issues on the O-line, right? I mean, obviously, as opposed to last season. Now, I know this is comparing this to this, like you start at almost at the bottom, but every season, like almost every other position gets like the attention, but then exactly with him on there, like you don't have to worry much about Tank Dell or Noel because he has in Oregon he lined up in the slot most of the time. 2nd or 4th go up that high. That's true. Depending on need. I could like the O-line has been the thing that hasn't given you as much. It will be a mismatch. They haven't gotten as much attention now this season they have this offseason. So I mean, now it's about, okay, you protect CJ Stroud, and then from there, what do you have? You already have your top ranked defense.
Yeah.
Like, now it's just that missing piece of like
if
how
you,
can
if,
the quarterback
if you're CJ though, if
be
you're CJ,
effective?
you look across the field, right? You got Montgomery. You
Mhm.
still got Willie Marks, right?
Yeah.
Nico Collins. You got Higgins. I mean, Tank Dell coming back. We still
Noel
don't know
too.
what that looks like, but
But you got Jalen Noel too in the
Jalen
back.
Noel,
Yeah.
Hutchinson, who can still, hit or miss, but when he hits, it's a first down. And then you got Schultz coming back, right? So,
but the problem is Schultz doesn't really create separation. He's not going to run by anybody. So, and then giant question marks at tight end number 2. So, if they're going to be aggressive for one position, that's one position
it would have to be tight end.
Be aggressive towards.
No, I would love it. But even if they don't, CJ cannot just sit there and say like, "Oh, we're missing weapons. We don't have." Like, dude, you made it work the first year you were here, and we fucking barely had anything.
That offensive line, I will say, it was holding on by duct tape and prayers because it was weird.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I don't even think they had duct tape. I think it was all prayers. That's it.
No, not even duct tape. It was Elmer's glue.
Dude, it was like fucking burning sage before the game.
Hey, but look, I'll tell you what. And honestly, to be fair, with the old lines that they have, I understand at some point why it takes a mental toll if you're on the quarterback side. Like, I get it.
I understand if it takes a physical toll as well.
Oh yeah, mental, physical, like whatever. I get. I mean, again, I always think of the example. Look what happened to David Carr. Like when you got hit that much, and you were a prospect that was. I mean, you were a quarterback that was coming off, one of the top ranked ones, and then your O line lets you down. I get it. This was the inaugural season for the Texans. Then you get sacked. What was it, real 60-something times or something like that? I can't remember what was. In the 60s.
Back-to-back 60 sacks.
It was back-to-back. So I could see why, like David Carr was like, seeing ghost out there, and it almost seems similar to what where CJ's trajectory is heading into because you haven't had that O-line. Let's be honest. In the last 3 years, I'm not making excuses for the guy, but at the same time, it's like over the last 3 years, you haven't had a decent O-line. You haven't.
In David Carr's defense, I think he was overdrafted. He shouldn't have been the first overall pick.
True. I could see that.
It should have been the name's on the tip of my tongue, but the guy that the Panthers took as a Hall of Famer, he should have been the first overall pick. But I get why they went quarterback because expansion franchise, they don't have quarterback, but I don't think a rookie was the right move to make
on an expansion team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're better off, building defense, and then you find your quarterback.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I like the fact that they've spent some time with the O-line, more than what they have in the previous 3 years. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how they gel together. How CJ Stroud is able to go over the hump from last season. Julius Peppers. That's what it was.
No more overall pick. That's who I thought they were going to draft.
So, quick question. There was one thing I want to put out. Stressens put out Houston Stressens put out a tweet that was really cool. I thought it was funny. Jadeveon Clowney is a free agent. Like, would you like to see him in the Texans? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is, is it on the defensive side? Would you mind seeing Clowney back in the Texans uniform? Now, remember, he had 9 sacks last season.
So let's get him back. Let's get him back.
Would you get him back? But obviously for the right price, right?
Let's get him back. Let's get Hopkins back, and let's get JJ out of retirement. Let's get the whole band back together.
Who was it? Is it AJ?
JJ.
Oh, JJ. Yeah.
Let's get JJ out of
retirement. They said Andre Johnson, like, I'm in.
Fuck it, let's bring him all back.
No, because I heard about the DeAndre Hopkins too. That one was like, nah, like I can't.
That one I get for nostalgia reasons, but on paper it doesn't make any sense because even we're uncertain about Tank Dell. I still think probably has more to offer you than Hopkins does at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but when you need somebody to catch a double coverage contested
one-handed ball.
Yeah. Hey, I know whose number I'm calling.
Yeah, no disrespect to D-Hop, but I think if he couldn't really crack the rotation in Baltimore, that didn't really have a strong receiver room. Yeah.
Hey, man.
What do you mean? Zay Flowers dropped 50 points in fantasy on week 1. and that's it. That's all
That
you
was
need.
it.
That was-
It was like it was.
that's
It's 'cause it was.
minutes.
He gave it. You know when they give you all, and then you have to split it up. Like when they pay you a lump sum,
He
then
said-
you have
he
to
said,
split it
"Fuck
up
that, give me
between.
He
my-
used it all week 1 because he was a ghost the rest of the season. I was so pissed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gave you all in the first one, and then you have to split it up amongst all the weeks, bro. Yeah. Anyway, so that was it. But anyway, Jadeveon Clowney. What do you guys think? Would it be if the price is there? Would you mind bringing him? Imagine Jadeveon Clowney, Danielle Hunter, and Will Anderson Jr.
Jeez. Yeah, for the right price, I'd love to have him because, like you said, with the Cowboys, he got 9 sacks last year, and he wasn't a starter. He was a situational pass rusher, and still got your 9 sacks.
Yeah.
How old is he now? 33.
Yeah, not old.
Oh, I'm sorry, 8.5 sacks. And
Oh.
6.5 of those came in the last 5 games. 41 total tackles, 24 solo, 12 tackles for a loss. That's a pretty good number for that. Basically
another dude that was
premier
over-
run stuffer. 40 quarterback pressures, 1 forced fumble, 4 pass deflections. That's pretty decent.
He's another guy that was overdrafted as well because he shouldn't have been the number 1 overall.
It's a
pick.
price free. Yeah, that's the thing. It would have to be like
It would have to
A
be a
cheap
pretty low
deal,
price,
right?
wouldn't
like he would have to pay us.
it? Like, hey, you want to raise your stock?
No, but signing him to like a minimum deal, I'd be okay with that. But I think they're pretty set as far as pass rushers go. But I mean, for the right price, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But no, he shouldn't have been the first overall pick. He basically made his
It's a
name off
hit.
that one hit.
It was
That
a hit
one-
on the running back.
Honestly, Khalil Mack should have been the number 1 overall pick. He had the better collegiate career. He was more consistent. He had the better
NFL career.
NFL combine, better pro day. It's just Clowney's athleticism. I get why they did it, but like in hindsight, I was like, one of the biggest Khalil Mack fans. Like I wanted him to come to Houston, but didn't turn out that way.
Yeah. So, to finish it off, would you guys agree that the Texans, Nick Caserio, have been cooking all off season long, and yet there's still more to come? I would say yes.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. They I think most fans were a little impatient at the beginning of free agency. They're like, hey, is Caserio awake? Like, come on, bro.
Well, I think it's based off of last season. Last season, they didn't
Based off of
really-
last season where we were just sitting there like,
it's like that meme with a stick. Come on, do something.
and honestly, I didn't think that we're gonna be this many moves either,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Like I thought that we might, get 1 or 2 guys through the door, but the fact that the whole O line is, basically made from the ground up, and then Blankenship as well, another guy,
Mhm.
and bringing back Daniel Hunter, Schultz, and all that. Like I feel like there was a lot of moves. This makes me very excited for draft day.
Yeah, it makes you
Very,
feel a little
very
more
excited.
confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It does, and watch Caserio trade out of the first round.
We're gonna pick everybody in the 2nd or 3rd round. Thanks.
Huh.
Says not
Watch
Caserio's
him, watch
press
him
early.
put
Man
all
was
of our
up at
draft
4
picks
a.m.
and gets the
signing a
number 1
starting
pick
guard.
from the Raiders.
All right, man. Well, that's gonna be it for our show. 4 years.
Happy 4 years.
4 years of the Just Fans podcast. That is insane. Wow. I thought we'd be dead by now. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit,
I'm
almost
still
there.
waiting the giant meteor.
Yeah. Hey, that one fell over Houston this past week.
Almost, just a little bit bigger.
Missed by a little bit, Rios.
just a little bit bigger. That's all we
A little
need.
bit.
Just wipe
All right,
everything out. Start fresh.
Yeah, man. Well, nonetheless, boys, it's
Here's
been
to 4 more years.
4 more years, brothers. This
sir.
is water for me. So 4 more years. Appreciate
4
y'all.
more
Thanks for
years.
literally all the good stuff. So 4 more years. Let's keep them coming. This has been a lot of fun. All right, man. Well, that's gonna be it for us this week. We will see y'all again, hopefully next week, depending of what is that?
Moghetta's
That's right. That's right. Moghetta's our agent.
You're gonna see me in a mink coat next week
Yeah, right. Exactly.
and a Johnny
man.
Depp grill.
Yeah. Brandon, as always, thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. It's always a lot of fun when you're hanging out with us. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel at JustFans22, just like you see it, follow our Instagram account at JustFansPod. And of course, make sure to check out Rios every time he's on here with the Hardcore Sports Network on tell us about the show, Rios. Just in case. Say it again.
Pick and roll podcast.
The Pick and Roll podcast, right? With Mitch.
Wednesday at 4:30.
Say it again.
Every Wednesday at 4:30.
Central, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Central. Okay, there you go.
No,
Check him out if you want to hear.
fucking
Rios
Eastern
is
Standard.
our expert Rockets guy. How's that going?
Don't ask me about the game.
Okay, there you go. All right,
All right.
Thanks for
Thank you,
ruining
guys.
it.
All right, man. That's gonna be it for us. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. These last 4 years has been great, and we're gonna keep going until we finally decide it ain't worth to do it anymore. But that's gonna be a good while from now.
4 more years at least.
At least 4 more years.
Remember,
like you
these
said,
players-
like Brandon said, Mogueta's the agent for this one for the show.
All right, guys.
All right, man. See y'all next time. Peace.
Southwest A-League, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans. If you ain't never been down here, but rule number one, you gon' respect us. Just fans in my speakers, new one drop, they bout to bless us. I might right through the SWAT, playing just fans right through your spot. Look, and I don't know what you thought, but right here, dog, we gon' rep the squad. Got HU, I might fit it, then on my jersey, you gon' know where I'm from. This Houston, Texas, still rolling heavy, stay rapping, baby.